So, I'm kind of stuck today because the internet is pretty non-existent. So I am just doing some videos that I can post maybe through the weekend. And not really knowing what equipment people have at their house, but maybe you have a stability ball. So if you do, this workout is for you. So if you start by bouncing, put a fun playlist on, get some music. It just helps warm up the hips. You can roll side to side a little bit. You can go twice. This is about all you're going to get from me in a dance class. Okay, so bouncing. The balls are so good for balance, engaging our core. And if you want to be really good, you can try balancing on the ball for 10 minutes. It's a great core workout. I'm not going to do that today, though. So let's go ahead, grab your ball if you haven't yet. Give you a little time if you need to run and get it. So one thing that you can do is you can come down to the ball and just start with a push down into the ball. And what it does is it'll engage your core right from the get-go. Try to keep your weight pushing down into your feet. Keep your arms straight. Lock the arms. Tighten your arms. You'll feel the triceps tighten. Keep your back nice and tight and push down into the ball. And if that bothers your wrists too much, make fists and push down into the ball. You are basically just telling your core that you need it for this workout. Pushing down. So good for your posture muscles also, because you have to keep everything super tight. Okay. You can grab the ball and you can practice your single leg deadlifts, alternating. And luckily, if you tap it to the floor, it puts you in a perfect position if you've got the ball and you're holding it between your two hands. So it stabilizes you, and then you can come back up to standing. Again, these are all just good workout warm-up ideas. And just remember, it's not perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on top of the ball. And warming up our glutes again, you walk out, and then I just want you to walk back up to a seated position. Works your core, come down. If you have to use your hands, just put your hands on the ball, and look, you can use your hands to get you back up also. If you want a little bit more of an extra challenge, try not to use your hands. Walk down so your glutes are close to the floor, and then come back up to a seated position. Here's the advanced position. Use your arms, keep them overhead, come down to the floor, push back up to your hip extension, and then roll back up, using your core to get you up into a seated position. Do a few more of those. Keep your breathing, stay in control. Come down, come back up. And if you just want to keep this in a modified position right here, and then come back up. Totally fine. You want to feel this part of your body lengthen over the ball as your rib cage moves away from your hips. It feels really good to get over on top of the ball. So, now you can flip it over the other way on top of the ball. And on your knees, lay your belly button on top of the ball, and then walk yourself out, and then push yourself back up. to a kneeling position. Walk yourself out, pull yourself along the floor, hold your legs nice and tight by your glutes, and then push yourself back over the ball and up. If you want to add a little bit more to this, come over the ball, have your hands wide in a push-up position, keep your legs nice and tight and straight, and take your nose to the floor and come back up. This is a great exercise in order to build your pec muscles in order to work on your push-ups. This angle just offers you a different option. The farther the ball is down your legs and closer to your feet, it gets a little bit harder with each push-up. But by all means, this is a great place to start. Just make sure you push your pinky right around your thumb into the floor in order to use your shoulder, your triceps, your pecs, your front of your shoulders, your back of your shoulders, and your core. So, 4-point plank. This is a great exercise. I think all the exercises are great. And this is a really nice one for your low back. So you want to center yourself over the ball. So you're evenly distributed between your hands and your toes. Okay, so they're just lightly on the ground. Stabilize yourself on the ball by tightening your core. And then what I want you to do is I want you to reach, opposite arm, opposite leg, hold, and then come back down. Reach, hold, come back down. When you are doing core, stability ball, anything that has a surface that is not helping you stabilize, it is not always pretty and you're not going to feel successful. But believe me, your body is working. I promise you. It doesn't always have to look perfect to be effective. And that's really important. A lot of times, when you look at exercise videos, they cut out all the bloopers. You don't have to worry about that with me. I'm giving you all the bloopers. Reach. You can rotate the arm so the thumb is up in the air. And then come back. Reach. Flex those toes back. Excellent. It's harder than it looks, but it's also really doable. All right, so sometimes it depends on what size of ball you have. They usually are 55 centimeters or 65. Just depends. This one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your legs over the ball. This is better if you have a little skin on the ball, and I'm just going to pull my pants up so they're above my knee. So over the tops of the ball, you want to squeeze, pull the ball in towards your body with your heels. Hands are lightly to the side. I'm starting with my elbows on the floor. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze. This isn't quite working as well as I'd hoped. And you squeeze and you lift the ball off the floor and you come back down. It's not a big movement. And then you come back down. The other thing you can do, and what I'm going to change to, is because this is not a very grippy ball, I'm just going to throw my legs over the top of the ball and do crunches. I do like the option of the reverse crunches. I usually use the ball that has the sand in the bottom of it. It actually has 2 pounds of sand and just adds a little bit more of a challenge, but the size of it is smaller. And you reach up with your crunch, looking at the ceiling, not letting your chin come to your chest. So what this does is it takes your hip flexors out of the move, and the concentration goes with your core and those center muscles. 3, 2, it's nice because it doesn't let you get too much flexion into your back. 1. Good. All right, the other really fun exercise is wall sits. you can do these a couple of different ways. You can put the ball against the wall and you can just hold in a wall sit. I like to do it this way, just as a different option. My shoulders are pushed back, my core, I can really feel it. I get this natural lumbar support for my back. The other thing you can do is you can do single repetitions. So here's, let's do 10. 9, 8, I've got no pressure on my hands. 7, 6, 5, keep the weight in the heels. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stability ball exercises 101. I hope you enjoyed it.